Alright, so let's start talking about their food. And to start off, we're going to talk about their sides. 4 sides that I got to try was a potato salad that was really delicious and super bright. I love the size of the potatoes that they were cut in. It just ate really, really well. The esquites, the Mexican street corn, was nice and sweet, so it just kind of broke up a lot of the heaviness of eating all that barbecue. I'm not a huge fan of mac and cheese, but this mac and cheese was super creamy. It had a nice crust on the top to bring some texture to it. The slaw and the esquites were my favorite, and the slaw reminded me a lot of slaw that I had at Goldie's. And if you guys have seen my video about going to Goldie's, you guys know how much I love their slaw. I got to try 3 different types of sausage that they make in-house, but before we talk about it, I just want you to hear the snap of these links.
We'll try it. Yeah, pop it. There you go.
Them some snappy links. So the first link that I'm trying right here is the hot gut. Not only because it had a nice balance of flavor, nice rolling heat, but I think also knowing the difficulty of a all beef sausage compared to a pork or mixed is something that I can appreciate as well. Now this link that I almost dropped on the floor trying to snap it open is their jalapeno and cheddar. This is a really, really good sausage, and you can tell by the snap that it was just cooked perfectly. I've just had so many jalapeno cheddar sausages in my lifetime that it wasn't my favorite of the 3, but I put this up against most jalapeno cheddar sausages that I've had in Texas. This next sausage is the one that I was most excited about. This one's filled with roasted poblanos and Oaxaca cheese. It had a nice additional smoky flavor from those poblanos that I really enjoyed a lot.
Also, remove the veins and de-seed the poblano. So that also helps.
You kind of get that mellowness, but you don't have that spice.
Sometimes you can bite into a poblano and it's like, oh shit. And then sometimes you'll bite into it and it's like a bell pepper, you know?
It reminds me of like 2M's, like Oaxaca cheese.
Yeah, because there's this Oaxaca Serrano.
Next, we're going to be talking about one of the 2 surprises for me on this tray of barbecue. This is their Korean sticky pork burn ends. I often find even Korean restaurants that they try to please everyone's palate by making it just overly sweet without having a depth of flavor. But not only did they get the cook right, they also got the flavor right on these pork burn ends.
That's very good.
Thank you.
You guys actually nailed the Korean flavor, didn't it?
Yeah, we served them to David Chang too. They were like, "You're gonna serve us to David Chang?" I was like, "I mean, we make them every day. Might as well, you know." Michelle has a much better palate than me, so like we work on them, and then like when she says they're good, then I'm like, "All right,
That's
keep
good.
it like that." Yeah.
The pork ribs that they were serving that day were absolutely massive. I was in the back, and as we were trying to throw ribs onto a scale, it was pretty difficult to get a half a pound of ribs on there with 2 just because they're so big. But the challenges that come with a big rib like that is making sure that you cook everything evenly. But the cook on it was perfect, and it was just sweet enough where you could eat it by itself, but they also served the sauce on the tables, which made that bite perfect. Brisket is definitely an important part of this kind of barbecue. I'm glad to say that Moose Craft also nails the brisket. I don't really get overly excited about eating brisket nowadays because I feel like so many people do it well, And for me, there's always small little details that make something a little bit better than other places. And that's just something I always have in the back of my mind whenever I try brisket at other places.
When you were working on your brisket, are there certain places that you went to where like, oh, we want to try to make their brisket, our brisket like this? When I ate it, there's like certain places I was thinking of. I was like wondering if like he
Really?
said, yeah.
Not really. I just wanted to figure out how to make it good. I mean, really, like Franklin's way of doing it is kind of like what was the one way that really
It's kind of the standard. At least since we're here.
the
we
kind
can
of the
speak it from
standard
there.
way.
I feel like the salt level for me is one of the things that are like like some people like it like really really close to being like over seasoned, and some people kind of play it safe. Like the cook is great, but like it's to me it's like it needs more salt.
How was it seasoned?
It's like I think it's like not to the point where they're like
Too salty.
yeah, it's kind of like right underneath it.
Now going to the second surprise in this tray is their smoked burger. Now I know a lot of days like every single person is doing a smoked burger and they're all pretty good, but I'll say this is one of the better smoked burgers I had. If you guys have made a smoked burger before, or if you've had it at like Leroy and Lewis, it's just a really good burger. But I like the fact that they just keep it really, really simple. But the thing for me that kind of set it apart is the amount of onion. I love having raw onion on my burger, and the amount that they put on there, because it is so rich and so heavy, having that amount of onion on it for me just made the whole thing a lot more balanced. At the very end, Michelle brought out the two desserts, the banana pudding, which you saw being made earlier, and also the key lime pie, which they also make in-house. So that's it with my first real experience of eating at Moose Craft. I was genuinely so happy with all the food. I didn't really find anything that was kind of lacking or really disappointing in all the food that I got to try. So I'm super happy for Andrew, Michelle, and the entire crew at Moose Craft for being able to put out all this awesome food. And to show my appreciation, I feel like I couldn't leave without helping them out in some sort of way.
beef ribs on, and those weren't ready for him, so he had to see them get those ready and on. So
It's ready?
yeah.
You want me to trim some? I'll do it.
Let's do it.
I love trimming briskets. It's my favorite thing to do.
So that's the end of this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the behind the scenes of being at Moose Craft and seeing their food. If you guys are around downtown LA, definitely go check them out. I'm also going to leave 2 videos of other barbecue places that I visited that a lot of people might not know about. And if you guys are new to this channel, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys in the next one.